In this video you will learn everything you need to know about the route planning questions from the TFL Topographical assessment. We will show you one of the most popular route planning question from the topographical assessment in 2024 to 2025. In the assessment there will be 4 route planning questions. There are compass questions and some few other types. Separate videos will be uploaded in the channel, so don't forget to watch them too. Now let's look first the TFL marking criteria for the route planning questions. There are a total of 100 marks available, and candidates must score 60 or more to pass. Questions asking you to plot the most direct route from a start point to an end point carry the most marks. The points available per questions are published within the assessment. You will lose marks if not following the most direct route, not correctly addressing map symbols. For example, one-way systems, roundabouts, cutting corners, not arriving at the end location. All assessments are subject to a 2-step marking procedure. Assessments are marked by a skilled topographical assessor, and then put through a quality assurance process, where they are checked by a second assessor before the results are issued. Please note, TFL are unable to provide detailed individual feedback, or to provide copies of assessments. In this video you will learn everything you need to know about the route planning questions from the TFL Topographical assessment. We will show you the most popular route planning question from the topographical assessment in 2024 to 2025. Make sure you watch up-to-date videos from 2025 as the TFL requirements changed, and if you watch older videos you might struggle on your assessment. In this video we will demonstrate you how to draw it correctly, what to avoid, and best practices when plotting a route. Before you start drawing, it is vital that you understand all of the meanings on the map. This information can be found in the first page of Master Atlas of Greater London. So make sure that you learn these meanings before start drawing. Now let's get to one of the most popular questions given by TFL in 2024-2025, which is considered as a long-distance route planning question. What is the most direct route from East Croydon Station to London Gatwick Airport North Terminal drop-off point? As we always advise applicants, the best practice here is to draw a line in between the starting and ending point, and plan the route as closest as possible to this lane. Then delete the lane and start drawing. As you can see on the example here, we have the motorway on our way and we will be always choosing to go through it. This is the easiest way possible. So don't hesitate to choose motorway on your assessment too, where you can avoid many junctions and uncertain roads. Let's now review the route we draw for you. The starting point at the green marker, East Croydon Station, and the ending point at the red marker, Gatwick Airport North Terminal drop-off point. As we can see from the map, there are some alternative routes on left and right. Let's zoom in and look closer. It's important to understand that you can also use different routes that are similar to the one we're showing. Always use the most direct route as per TFL guide. If you're unsure if you can pass particular road, use alternative route to secure the question, and to make sure you won't end with 0 marks. Starting from East Croydon Station. And continuing on Billington Hill following the red arrow. Then we turn on Addiscombe Grove. Right on Berkeley Road, where we reach the first roundabout. Here to notice is the way we followed the roundabout. To join the Croydon flyover. Continuing on the flyover to Duppers Hill Lane. Zoom out to check the progress. From Dupper Hill Lane we're turning left on Stafford Road, where we can join the Purley Way. Then all the way on Purley Way to this very important junction. Many applicants fail the question here, and we will go through in detail later in the video when we draw the route for you. Let's zoom in to see it clearly. Here to notice is that there are red arrows showing all of the directions around. We're following the red arrow on the roundabout to join Brighton Road. Continuing on Brighton Road through the roundabout. And all the way to Junction 7 when we join the M23 motorway. Here to notice is that the motorway is marked with blue. Zoom out to check the map. As we can see, M23 motorway is continuing all the way to our ending point at Gatwick Airport, which makes our drawing much more easier and quicker. Rather than using the alternative road that we can see on the left, that is going through many junctions that will slow our drawing significantly. Now here we can see that many lanes are going in different directions, and is very important to continue on the right lane on M23. As we can see, the left lane is joining M25, and the very right is also joining M25 in the opposite direction. Now once we ensure we're on the right track, continue all the way to the junction connecting to Gatwick Airport. As we can see, roads are crossing above and under the motorway, but this doesn't affect our drawing. Now we're at Junction 9, and here is very important to use the correct lane. Many applicants fail here, so we will go through this junction in detail to make sure that you're well prepared if the question comes up on your assessment. Using the roundabout above M23, as you can see, the roads at the middle are under the roundabout, and they continuing on M23 motorway. Continuing on the second roundabout to Airport Way. And turning on the third roundabout to our ending point. Following the red arrows, and we're finally at Gatwick North Terminal drop-off point. Now let's delete this route and draw it again for you, to show you the best practices and what to avoid when drawing. Starting from the green marker and ending on the red marker, as we already planned the route to be true M23 motorway, as the most efficient and convenient. We will now start drawing straight away. Let's zoom in. To make sure you're getting the maximum available points per question, we make sure that our drawing line is connected to the starting green marker, as well as is connected to the ending red marker. Now starting from Billington Hill, we continue on the red arrow showing its direction. Here is example of what you shouldn't do as you're turning on the tramway. And entering from here is strictly prohibited, and will automatically lead to 0 marks and fail the question. Let's delete it and draw it correctly. Turning on Addiscombe Grove. And then right on Berkeley Road. Straight to the first roundabout. Here you can see other example of what you shouldn't do, as you need to draw properly around the roundabout, in the same way as you're driving. Remember that this is showing TFL how you would be driving a client through the city, and you have to do exactly what you will follow in real case scenario, in order to be granted with private hire license from TFL. Let's now draw it correctly. Then we continue through the Croydon flyover. Here to ensure is that we used the correct lane. Then continue on Duppers Hill Road. Zooming out now to check the progress and if we're on the right direction. Looking the motorway under, we can see the clear way to it. And that means we're all on track. Now zoom in and continue drawing. Continuing on Stafford Road, where we can join the Purley Way on the left. All the way from Purley Way to this very important roundabout. And we highlighted is place that many applicants failed. Let's zoom in and out to check the directions. As we see, we have to continue on Brighton Road to get to the M23 motorway. In this long route planning questions, it's very important that you zoom in and zoom out frequently, to make sure you're on the right direction, and also to ensure that you weren't wasting time the correct directions. Zooming in now to clearly see the map. Here is an example of what you shouldn't do, as 0 marks will be ordered for the question. In this case, this is a single roundabout with many lines. And so as per guide we must follow the red lines. And in this example of what you shouldn't do, we followed red arrow showing different direction. So let's delete it and draw it correctly. Using the red arrow on bottom, make sure you turning on the roundabout correctly. You can always delete your line if you're not satisfied with the result. As shown on the example. Sometimes is not about points deduction but for your own confidence. So make sure you're always satisfied with what you do, and if not, correct it. Continuing on Brighton Road True Farthing Way roundabout. Zoom out to track the progress and make sure we're on the right way. True M23 motorway. Now approaching the Farthing Way roundabout. Let's zoom in to round properly as per guide. Continuing on Brighton Road all the way to M23 motorway. Approaching Junction 7 where we are finally joining the motorway. Here to remember is to make sure you're joining the motorway from the correct lane, as the opposite lane is where the traffic goes in the other direction. And if you do mistake to join it instead will lead to 0 marks. Zooming out again to check the correct direction. This junction here is also very important as of the many lanes going in other directions, and a mistake here will lead to less marks. The roads we see are above the motorway or under, so not affecting our drawing. Using the correct lane and continuing on M23 towards Gatwick. Let's track the progress again. And this is how you should approach long-distance questions. As is easy to take the wrong way and the time is limited on your assessment to correct it. And sometimes applicants fail as they try to rush to correct their way. Where critical mistakes take place. So make sure you're on track in all times. The question is specifically chosen for you. As in most cases, you will be using the M23 motorway to get to Gatwick Airport from most starting points from London. So it's vital that you understand the guide and stay in safe position through your assessment. More important videos for Heathrow, Stansted and Luton airports will be added in the channel. So don't forget to watch them too. Now continuing on M23 motorway to the junction 9, where we can finally turn to our ending point. Drawing through the motorway is easy, and it's important to draw in lane. So make sure you zoom in as much as you need to keep in the correct lane. As we highlighted previously, there are roads going above and under the motorway all the way, but this isn't affecting our drawing. We're finally at junction 9, where we can turn towards our drop-off point at Gatwick North Terminal. Here is example of what you shouldn't do. This is a common mistake from applicants, and is important that you understand the difference between the lines. The line we're on now is located under the roundabout, and joining the roundabout above is critical mistake. That leads to fail the question with 0 marks. Let's now delete it and draw it correctly. Turning properly on the roundabout located above. Continuing to the second roundabout on Airport Way. and then turning on the third roundabout where we're finally in the North Terminal. Here to notice before the roundabout is Other Road, going under the one that we're currently on. And this isn't affecting our drawing. Continuing to the junction. Here we follow the red arrow's direction to our ending point. London Gatwick North Terminal drop-off point. Make sure you're connecting the drawing line to the red marker. Let's now zoom out and review the route. To make sure that the lane is continuing from the green to the red marker. As we can see, our lane looks all the way connected. Let's check the top part now. Let's now zoom out to make sure that we draw our route as per plan. The route is now completed. This is the most popular question on the assessment in 2024-2025. So watch it as many times as you need to understand the basics, as you will need them in any route planning question that you have on the assessment. More popular questions with important locations will be uploaded in the channel, so don't forget to watch them too. Thanks for watching.